tough love is needed if you want to make significant change. We're all guilty of making excuses to avoid doing something we perceive to be challenging. The problem is, some of the most worthwhile exercises in life are hard, and we're putting off doing them because we're scared to start or can't be bothered. Melissa and Dallas Hartwig have a go-to quote: "Don't you dare tell us this is hard. Quitting heroin is hard. Beating cancer is hard. Drinking your coffee black is not hard. It's tough love, but it works, and it's true. Giving up your favorite foods for 30 days is going to be difficult. It's no lie, but it will be a journey that is more than worth it." Sometimes you need a little tough love to get you motivated to start something that will change your life. The Whole30 was developed back in April 2009, and since then, thousands of people have found the key to food freedom and happiness. They needed a little tough love, just like you. Despite the toughness, giving up certain foods can be difficult because we have an emotional connection to food. It's something that gets us through tough times, stressful times, and something we often use to cope and exercise control. By following the Whole30, you will find healthier coping mechanisms, which won't drive you towards snacking and unhealthy foods. Making significant changes in life is hard, no matter what the change is, but it's just 30 days. The Whole30 is a revolutionary plan, but what's in it for you? Let's take a step backward for a second. You know you need tough love to get through 30 days of deprivation of some kind. But what exactly will you be doing for those 30 days? The Whole30 is a program designed to change the way you think and feel about food. To do that, you need to cut out certain food groups for a full 30 days and stick to foods and drinks on the compliant list only. The problem is that the foods you need to cut out will undoubtedly be some of your favorites, the things you rely on every day. To say that the Whole30 is life-changing would be an understatement. Following the Whole30 has allowed me to take control of my health, and that has spilled over to all parts of my life. Melissa and Dallas Hartwig think of the program as going back to your default setting, a slight detox, and pushing the button to reset your entire system. Many food groups impact our health quite negatively, but we don't realize it because the way we feel every day has become the norm. Certain foods give us headaches, make us feel lethargic, cause aches and pains, increase inflammation within the body, and make us put on weight. For 30 days, you cut out food groups prescribed on the program, and after those 30 days, you gradually start to reintroduce them and assess how you feel after each group. From there, you can understand your personalized needs and create a lifelong diet that will keep you feeling and looking your very best. What is in it for you? Other than feeling better and looking better? As if that wasn't enough. Melissa and Dallas Hartwig claim that 96% of those who completed the Whole30 said they lost weight and felt better within themselves without counting calories or carbs. They also reported more energy, better sleep patterns, better focus, and a lack of upsetting digestive symptoms. The mental effects are positive, with a happier and more positive outlook being a commonly reported outcome. A positive relationship with food can help improve some medical conditions. The Whole30 has 4 targets, and 1 pleasant side effect. The Whole30 targets 4 specific areas, but it has 1 delightful side effect which most people will enjoy: weight loss. While losing weight isn't the prime aim of the Whole30, adopting a healthier lifestyle and cutting out junk food will lead to weight loss in those who need to lose a few pounds. The 4 main targets are: an unhealthy relationship with food. The Whole30 is designed to break unhealthy patterns and psychological and emotional attachments to food. A slow metabolism. The Whole30 helps restore your metabolism's regular running, which allows you to regulate your blood sugar more effectively. This means fewer energy dips, fewer cravings, and more energy. An affected digestive system. Many people suffer from digestive issues, which primarily concern the small intestine. The Whole30 helps calm any digestive issues and eradicate symptoms such as bloating, pain, and gas. An overactive immune system and the inflammatory response. The Whole30 is designed to be anti-inflammatory, so it helps to reduce the amount of damaging systemic inflammation you have within your body. We often don't realize the damaging effects our diet has on our health. The Whole30 helps you to identify triggers and cleanses your body. There are some rules you need to follow to complete the Whole30. You do not eat anything that's not in the plan for 30 days. Instead, stick to the prescribed list of foods. The list includes drinks as well as food and snacks. You should not weigh or measure yourself for the full 30 days. You cannot smoke, use an e-cigarette, or chew tobacco, so this is a great time to quit. If you slip up, i.e., if you eat something you shouldn't, you must go back to day 1 and begin the whole program again. You can eat meat, seafood, vegetables, fruits, eggs, and natural fats. You should avoid added sugars or sweeteners, whether genuine or artificial. You will need to become label savvy as many foods add these. You should also avoid alcohol, including for cooking, grains and legumes, dairy products, and anything containing sulfites or MSG. Did you know? Monosodium glutamate, MSG, is often used to add flavor but in large amounts may cause obesity and metabolic issues. Have the right mindset to steer you toward success. The main thing that will throw you off course isn't nutrition or a lack of food to enjoy. It's your mind and how you approach the program from the start. If you want to achieve success in anything in life, you need to make sure that you start on the right foot. According to Melissa and Dallas Hartwig, changing your mindset is not as complicated as you think, and you have done more challenging things in your life and will again. A slip-up is always a possibility, but if you do this, you'll need to go right back and start over again, whether you were on day 29 or day 2. Everything you put into your mouth is a choice, so if you choose to slip up, you're choosing to be unhealthy. You need to learn to say, no thank you, if someone tries to give you something you can't have or don't want. As an adult, you're capable of making your own food choices, and you should be careful not to give in to peer pressure. To get into the right mindset, you'll need to do some preparation. This means planning out your meals, shopping beforehand, and learning how to handle potential problems, such as dining out or traveling. You'll also need to explain your choice to follow the program to your loved ones and coworkers so that when you're a bit cranky, which will happen at some point during the 30 days, they will be understanding and not take things personally. If you cop out now, you're telling yourself that the commitments you make to yourself are open to compromise. You're telling yourself that you are not important enough to honor your promise to you. But that is simply not true. You are important. You are worth the promise. Melissa and Dallas Hartwig. Plan your program carefully to ensure success. Now that you've decided to follow the whole 30, you need to work out how to start and actually do it. Choose a start date and make a firm commitment to begin on that day. If you have a special occasion on the horizon, e.g., a wedding, party, or a vacation, it's best to wait until after the event. It's also not a great idea to finish your 30 days just before a big event because the temptation to binge will be too much. Tell people what you're going to be doing. By telling people close to you, not only will they understand on days when you're a little snappy, but you're also solidifying your commitment, making it harder to give up. It might also help to create a support group around you. Holding yourself accountable is a great way to stay on track. Tell people what you're doing, and you're less likely to give up. Also, it's helpful to clean out your cupboards and pantry. Get rid of everything you can't eat and ensure that nothing is close by that you can grab when you have a craving. On average, a craving lasts between 3 to 5 minutes, so if something is close to you, you're going to give in. If you have to get dressed and get in the car to travel to the grocery store, you're less likely to think it's a good idea. Once you've cleaned everything out, sit down and plan your meals for the first few days. You can also use this meal plan to collate your first shopping list, heading out to buy the things you need. Work out if you have any possible disruptions on the horizon, e.g., a birthday meal out, a party, etc. If you're prepared, you can plan a way around it. Your only job? Eat good food. The only way this will work is if you give it the full 30 days. No cheats, slips, or special occasions. Melissa and Dallas Hartwig. Remember, your journey is going to be challenging at times but not impossible. You're going to have cravings, you're going to feel great one minute and not the next, and you might even notice that your clothes are getting a little tighter, not looser. This is nothing to worry about and is simply your body adjusting to new food groups. Reintroduce food groups slowly for overall control. As day 31 looms on the horizon, you'll probably have a list of all the foods you're going to enjoy when you're able to. The chances are, however, when day 31 arrives, you won't want them, so don't be surprised if this happens to you. Day 31 signals the start of the reintroduction process, which is a vital part of the whole journey. Now you can begin to slowly reintroduce certain food groups one at a time and work out what you want to keep in your life and what you want to get rid of because it makes you feel bad. One thing you must remember when day 31 arrives is not to weigh yourself. Weight loss is not the critical point, and if you find you haven't lost as much as you thought, it could affect your confidence and cause you to fall back into old habits. Wait to weigh yourself for a short while longer. It's often better to go by how your clothes feel than the numbers on the scales. It's crucial to avoid binging when day 31 rolls around and not to rush the reintroduction process. You can choose between two options, which we're going to talk about next. The point of reintroduction is that you get to work out what type of food groups you want to keep in your life simply because they make you feel great. You have total control at this point. When starting your reintroduction process, move slowly. If you don't miss something, e.g., you haven't missed eating legumes, then don't add them back in. You should reintroduce one group at a time and then see how you feel before adding in another. This will give you the information you need. By the end of this process, you should know what you want to keep in your life and don't want. You now have your bespoke diet in place, you're looking and feeling great, and you have complete and utter control in your hands. If you feel like your eating is getting a little out of control, simply start the program again and take hold of the reins once more. The two problems you're likely to face on your journey dining out and traveling. It's likely that during your 30 days, you're going to have to dine out, and you might even have to travel. But these can be overcome with a bit of planning. If you're going out for a meal, accept that you will be asking questions and make peace with it. Choose the restaurant if you can, as this gives you more control. You can then check the menu online and even call the restaurant and ask questions. Make the manager aware of your dietary requirements and check that they're happy to accommodate them. If you're traveling, you need to prepare beforehand. Identify how long you will be traveling, whether a fridge will be available, and any restrictions, e.g., liquids if you're flying. You should also check whether there are any health food stores close to where you'll be staying. It's easy to pack a healthy lunch to eat on the go, such as chicken or salmon, which can be cooked the night before, and a few boiled eggs. You can also snack on fruits, olives, vegetable strips, nuts, and seeds. You can get around any challenge you face with a little pre-planning and careful thinking. It's entirely possible for vegans and vegetarians to follow the Whole30. However, vegans may not see the same optimal health level as those who follow a meat diet. If you are a pescatarian or vegetarian, you can use eggs and fish to get a good amount of protein. However, vegans are not able to do this. The problem is that plant-based proteins have been shown to have adverse effects on the immune system, hormones, and digestion, so you need to limit these as much as you can while still getting a good amount of protein in your diet. Hemp or pea powder is a good option, but you will need to eat a fair amount of it to get enough. Vegans should therefore aim for a minimal amount of protein to not overeat plant-based protein. In this case, you will need to see how you feel and probably consume more carbs and healthy fats to give you the calories you'll need for health and well-being. Listen to your body and allow it to guide you in your new dietary lifestyle. Conclusion. Following the Whole30 will give you the control to design a diet that suits your needs as an individual. This isn't a fad diet. It's not something you'll follow for a short while and then go back to your old ways. The Whole30 is designed to be a lifelong deal. Far too many people try unsustainable diets and wonder why they don't work. They fail because they're just not designed to be achievable. If you deny yourself your basic needs for a long time, at some point, you're going to rebel against them and give in. Then, when you do, you feel terrible and as though you've failed. The truth is that you can't fail at something impossible to achieve in the first place. It's a far better idea to go down the route of something sustainable and healthy. That's precisely what the Whole30 is. Yes, the first part of the routine may be challenging, but once those first few days or weeks are over, you'll notice huge benefits. Not only that, but sustainable benefits too. Weight loss might not be the number one aim of the program, but it's certainly a very welcome side effect for most people. The good news is that by following a bespoke eating plan such as this, the weight is far more likely to stay off too. The Whole30 doesn't ask you to cut out foods forever. It means covering a full 30 days to find out the information you need and then using it to design your bespoke food-related health experience. We don't all respond the same way to certain types of nutrition, and if you want to find your sweet spot, you need to do a touch of detective work first. That's exactly what the Whole30 is. Try this, write a list of ailments you have, e.g., do you have aching joints? Do you have regular headaches? A list such as this will allow you to measure how much better you feel on day 31. Use positive affirmations to keep your spirits up during difficult times. Your 30 days are going to be challenging at times, but a positive mindset will help. To make your experience easier, explain to your friends and family what you're going to be doing.